Now, more of the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week halftime show, sponsored by the Georgia Department of Public Health.
So far, Blaze Thomas and Savannah Christian have done what they wanted on the offensive side of the ball and have a big 21-7 lead over Swainsboro, but the Tigers get the ball to start the second half, and by the way, they're known for their comebacks, so this one is far from over. Well, it's taken us 9 weeks, and finally, we had some football weather out here, a little chill in the air, perfect for exactly what we're talking about here on the Friday Night Blitz, the game of the week. So, of course, we said, Scott Roberts, you have to come out and tell us exactly how the weather goes and why it's so fantastic.
It is fantastic because we have high pressure and control, giving us a clear sky and dry air at the surface. That's why it's really comfortable. Temperatures for some of our inland communities already cooling off into the 50s this evening. Lower 60s for us here in Pooler right now. So definitely nice football weather, and that's going to continue into the weekend for us around the southeast. Checking out some of the games, Syracuse taking on Georgia Tech in Atlanta tomorrow at noon with a mostly sunny sky, temperatures in the lower 60s by kickoff, warming into the upper 60s, maybe lower 70s as the game goes on. But either way, it is going to be pretty comfortable up in Atlanta. And here in Savannah, we have Savannah State's homecoming game kickoff against Morehouse's at 3 o'clock here in Savannah with a mostly sunny sky. Temperatures will be pretty warm in the middle and upper 70s as the game goes on for a few spots, especially further inland if you're going to be doing anything else, but pretty comfortable later on as the game wraps up, starting to cool off into the lower 70s. So a nice day to head out to Savannah State for that game. Also, if you're going to be going to the parade early in the morning, it is going to be chilly, but warming up then as we head toward lunchtime. And as far as Georgia Southern, they're traveling to Arkansas this weekend. They're going to be encountering some rain, unfortunately. Temperatures not too bad early on, but getting kind of cool as the game goes on, getting down into the 60s with the showers and maybe some storms developing across Arkansas. That same system will eventually bring us some rain going into the later part of the weekend into next week. I also do want to mention that, of course, South Carolina playing at home against Alabama. They're going to be dealing with fantastic conditions up there in Columbia. Now, as far as that weekend clouds will start to increase for us locally through the day. Sunday, a few stray showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, not out of the question, but the higher rain chances will be with us early on next week, especially for Monday, as that next system swings through the region. Rain chances on and off throughout the week. And then at the end of next week, a strong front will be moving through the southeast. That will bring us some showers for Thursday, but then for next Friday, not only do we have high school football, but it's Halloween, and temperatures will be even cooler than what we have been experiencing tonight, and that will be the case for next weekend. We're talking about lows in the 40s, highs possibly just in the 60s. So if you think this is fantastic football weather, next week, Andrew Davis, is going to be looking even better for us here in the Coastal Empire and the Low Country.
We appreciate that you're able to make it out, Scott. Of course, when the beautiful weather's here, you don't mind being here, but especially that you're able to join us at halftime because you're doing double duty tonight. In case anybody didn't figure it out, the coach of Swainsboro, also named, yes, Scott Roberts. So there they are. They're the twins, Scott Roberts and Scott Roberts. I don't know how you ended up as the Danny DeVito character exactly, but apparently that's who you are. It works out there. Scott Roberts from Swainsboro, 8-1. Scott Roberts from WSAV doing a great job. Doesn't have a record yet, and we're pretty happy about that. But so there you are, Scott. It's the twins, Scott Roberts and Scott Roberts.
We're that special.
You are that good. Looking good out there, guys. No question. Scott, thank you so much. And Dan, great job in making that graphic for everybody to see exactly what Scott Roberts looks like. All right, we're going to get back with much more coming up right here on the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week halftime show.
You've been watching the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week halftime show, presented by the Georgia Department of Public Health.